Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg, joined today from the Department of Trade, Consumer Protection, and she came with her toolkit. It's Michelle!
Hello, yes, I do have my toolkit.
You know, I wish you would just bust out a tool. We should have probably brought a prop, like, this is the DATCP toolkit.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute. First off, Department of Trade, Consumer Protections, you guys do so many great things. And one of those things is the outreach that you do, which is probably the big, besides solving people's problems one day at a time. But you bring us some really great topics. And a little bit later, we're actually going to share how you can have some more access to some of the tools that even we used here to tell you folks about. But before we do that, we'll talk quickly just on data breaches that have affected. Over time, there's data breaches. There's been a lot of data breaches and whatnot. In fact, it's in the toolkit, so we'll tie that all together here. But in general, when it comes to data breaches, there's just so many, and even making yourself aware that it's happened, you might not even know necessarily. So, at a large scope, when you're looking at these data breaches and making people aware of them and understanding everything, what's the first place you would go to know that you are associated?
That's a tough question because you might be notified of a data breach. You should be under state law. If you are involved in a data breach that's large enough, you should get notified using the same communication method you normally have with that company. So maybe it's email, maybe it's a mailing. But there's been so many, and they've potentially impacted billions of individuals just recently, let alone over time. So consumers have to do their own research, and that might mean coming to DATCP's website and looking at the data breaches that we've logged that we know about impacting Wisconsin consumers. But maybe you came from another state, and so if it never impacted someone as listed living in Wisconsin, you would have to look at the Identity Theft Resource Center or other national organizations that also track data breaches. But you can go to the companies themselves. If they've publicly announced those breaches, that could be, but that's if you know where to start, knowing that someone has been, a company has been breached.
All right, now the flip side of that, what if you have been made aware of a data breach, so you figured out that you were a part of one, what should be the next piece that you do from a consumer side?
You want to confirm that the company really went through a breach. You got a letter. Is it a scam or is
I know,
it real?
right? Automatically, you got to question it. Yeah,
because they're going to want you to contact them. So that letter should tell you what type of information's been breached, because maybe it's your phone number and your name. Maybe you're going to just be aware of that and let that go. But if they say your date of birth, your social security number, your driver's license with your name, I'm probably going to start freaking out a little bit, in the sense of that's really critical information in someone else pretending to be me. And so you have to then take inventory. Do I have a security freeze in place? So is my credit report locked down as it relates to my social security number? Do I monitor my driver's license record? Do I monitor my social security earnings statement? What's my monitoring practice? So it's a mental inventory as well. And then if a company has notified you, they probably offered you credit monitoring services, which go beyond just the credit report. So you have to decide, are you going to take advantage of those? Because they're usually free for a year, 2 years, 3 years. I've seen some go as high as 5. But then you hand over information to that service. And so is this something you're going to do yourself or take advantage of that? It's decision time.
And it can be difficult. It can be overwhelming. And that's where our friends here at DATCP, that's your resource. So, first and foremost, if you take all the steps that you kind of talked about and you're still a little bit worried, can we reach out to you guys and say, hey, I think I was part of this. I think I've got X, Y, and Z, but I don't know about future passwords over here. What would you offer on that front?
I love it. You just said passwords. That's a huge first step. If that's one, change them.
Yeah, right? Like, how do you get in and I'm logged into 5,000 things.
But we'll at DATCP send you a fact sheet. We'll send you information. We'll talk to you on the hotline. We can't problem solve it for you as an individual, but we can give you all the things to consider and have them in writing for you so you can use it as a checklist as well.
Yeah, it's a nice resource to have and to reach out and make sure that you're covered. And then just finally, if you find out that there are things that, because of the breach, that, oh man, there is something here that is on my credit, or there is, oh my gosh, something's in my account, what would you say that reaction at that moment be?
Take action. So if you find out information is wrong on your credit report, you need to contact the credit reporting agency to take action and explain how it's wrong. Is it an error that they've made now on your report, or is someone trying to be you? And so then you need to work with them on locking it down, getting things reversed, but how far does that go? And is it that they took out a credit card? Well, you'll be able to see which one, and you need to track it with that company that had that credit card, signature statements. But that's where you file a complaint with Consumer Protection, an identity theft complaint, because we can help you through that process. The recovery process, we assist. We're your partner in that.
Wow. A lot of information, a lot of things to think about, and I think this is going to be an ongoing thing, right? Like, I think we have to be prepared. We're in a data world now, period. I don't know why I'm using period all day today, but I am going to keep on going down that track. But nevertheless, certainly some great resources. If people do want to learn more about this or reach out because they think something has happened, how can they do so? Yeah,
go to the website, datcp.wi.gov, because everything's there. If you want to talk to somebody and kind of bounce ideas, call the hotline, 1-800-422-7128.
Now, usually that's where we end this, but today we get to talk, and we'll talk more about this because this is exciting stuff. But you guys have come out with a toolkit now. I love, just in time for the holidays, take advantage right there. But nevertheless, the toolkit, what are we doing with the toolkit, and how can folks get their hands on this cool thing?
Yeah, these are what we're calling outreach toolkits, because while we give over 500 presentations in a year throughout the state, and those are all free, we can't reach everybody, but we're all in this together. And so there are community groups, there are small businesses, large businesses that may want to do lunch and learns. There's educators out there teaching our youth. And so we put together these toolkits on the various topics that we are out presenting on. So you can go to the website and see them at datcapoutreachtoolkit.wi.gov. And they contain a PDF PowerPoint, and then there's a presenter guide. So every slide is broken down. Here's the narrative of the slide. Here are resources. Some of them have links to videos or audio files that you can learn more. And then we also have fun things to go with them. So there is a poster that you can promote the event with, a fillable form to have the poster all designed and promote the event in your community. We have games such as word finds and scrambles and crosswords to go with those topics. There's a newsletter template, so if you have a community or newsletter that you want to use and you don't feel like giving the presentation, well, great. We have a newsletter to help spread the word, and prevention is our best weapon against all these scams and frauds. And then we also have some social media graphics available that people can use and promote. And finally, there's all the links to the different resources. Again, you can print all the fact sheets and hand them out. You can email them out to people, or you can order them, the consumer guide and bookmarks and things to have at your event.
It's incredible. I love talking about consumer protection first off. So I'm happy that
not more than me. No.
Yeah, right. I love this This is on the crossword puzzle right here. New type of payment commonly requested by scammers.
Cryptocurrency. Gave one away. We even have the answer key, so people won't be stumped on these things. But we have identity theft, common scams and fraud, a toolkit for educators, safe online shopping, and one specific to holiday scams. So that one's very timely right now.
You don't need me anymore.
No,
I was trying to offer
you.
it. I'm like, can I get on the circuit to start talking about these things? Because I could use this toolkit and it's pretty cool. This is fascinating. And 500 plus presentations.
That was in 24. 25, we'll see what the number is. I'm sure it'll exceed 500.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate your time and all the great work. I highly, highly tell you, check out the toolkit. It's pretty amazing. And the word find, we'll check your answers next time here.
All right.
Next time you're in.
Great.
You'll see if I get it done in time. Thank you so much, Michelle. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.